Hello students and Jai Hind. In today's lecture we will cover the topic tenses. Now what are tenses? Tenses are the form taken by a verb to show the time of an action or the state of an event. So students, there are three tenses: the present tense, the past tense and the future tense. So present tense talks about present situation. Likewise, Anil reads a book. So verb reads refers to the present time and is therefore said to be in the present tense. After then the past tense, which talks about past event. Likewise, Anil read a book. So verb read refers to the past time and is therefore said to be in the past tense. After then future tense, which talks about future events. Likewise, Anil will read a book. So verb will read refer to the future tense. Each of three tenses has four forms or subdivisions to show continuity or completeness of the action and time. These are indefinite, continuous or imperfect, perfect, perfect, continuous tense. So students, now this is the table where you can easily get forms of tenses, their subdivisions. So the first one is present indefinite tense, or even you could call it present simple tense. So even you could form sentence very easily. Likewise, I play. After then, in present continuous tense, you can form a sentence, I am playing. After then, the next one is present perfect tense. So in this you can easily form a sentence, I have played. Then present perfect continuous tense, in which you can form sentence very easily, that is, I have been playing. In the same manner, you can form sentence with past indefinite tense, like I played. Then past continuous tense, I was playing. Then past perfect tense, I had played. Then past perfect continuous tense, I had been playing. In the same manner, you can form sentence in future. So future indefinite tense, I will play. Even you could use shall with I, that I shall play. After that, in continuous tense, future continuous tense, you can form sentence, I shall be playing. Even you can write, I will be playing. After then, in future perfect tense, I shall have played or I will have played. Then future perfect continuous tense, so I will have been playing or I shall have been playing. So in such a way you could form sentence. Now we will read it in detail about tenses. So students, the indefinite tense does not indicate whether the action is complete or not. The continuous or imperfect tense states that the action is still going on. The perfect tense indicates that the action is complete, finished, or perfect. The perfect continuous tense indicates that the action began in the past and is still continuing. Simple present tense. When you will form sentence in simple present tense, then the formula of making a sentence is subject plus first form of verb, then object. So it expresses a general truth or an action that is occurring now. For example, the sun rises from the east. It also expresses an action that occurs regularly or habitually. Likewise, she goes to the school regularly. Even present tense, in present indefinite tense, it is also used to express what is actually happening at the present moment. For example, there goes the school bell. It rains every day in summer season. It also used to express custom or habit or character, etc. Likewise, I take tea every morning. I get up at 5 o'clock. My watch keeps good time. He keeps his promise. Even present tense used to express what is universally true. Likewise, the sun rises from the east. Fortune favors the brave. Honesty is the best policy. Even present tense used to describe vividly what happened in the past. This is called historic present. Likewise, he attacks the country and carries away whatever he sees. It also used to express a future action, a future action. Likewise, his marriage comes off next week. The school closes next week. So the tense is formed by using the first form of the verb. Students, remember, however, to use s or es with the first form of the verb when the subject is in the third person singular. Likewise, Rana drinks milk every day before going to school. He goes for a walk every morning during the summer vacation. Likewise, in the negative sentences, does is used with the first form of the verb in the singular and do in the plural. Likewise, they do not work hard. I do not go for a walk every day. Moti does not drink milk with Ovaltine. So, students, remember to use do with I or you and does with he, she, etc. This can be put as subject plus do not or does not plus first form of the verb. And in interrogative sentences, the word order will be like do, does, then subject plus first form of the verb. Even you could understand in such a way why, what, where, etc. plus do, does plus subject plus first form of the verb. Likewise, do you go to school every day? When do you do your work? So, students, we have already discussed that in affirmative sentences, you could frame sentence in such a way that they play. In negative sentences, you can frame sentence like they do not play, we do not play. After then, in interrogative sentence, you can form sentence in such a way like do they play. After then, in negative interrogative sentence, you could form sentence do they not play, do you not go to school every day. So in such a way you could form sentences in present indefinite tense. Now we will talk about present continuous tense. So how do we form sentence in present continuous tense? Subject plus is, am, are plus first form of verb that after an ing form, then object. So this tense indicates action going on at the present time of speaking. As I am reading my book, I am teaching you, the girl is singing, the leaves of the tree are falling on the ground. So the present continuous tense is used to express an action which is happening at a particular time in the present or extending over a period of present time. So in making the tense, the helping verb is, am, are followed by the verb plus ing. Likewise, subject plus is, am, are plus present participle, the infinitive plus ing. So in interrogative, we have is, am, are plus subject plus present participle, and in interrogative negative we have is, am, are subject plus not plus present participle. Students, remember that if the verb ends in e, the final e is dropped before adding ing. Thus, live will become living, argue will become arguing, write become writing. Again, if the verb ends in a consonant preceded by a vowel, the consonant is doubled before adding ing. Likewise, stop will become stopping, swim will become swimming. So if the verb ends in a single I preceded by vowel I is doubled before adding ing, as quarrel will become quarreling, compel become compelling, compel means force. After then travel will become traveling. So now about the use of the present continuous tense, even you could call it present progressive tense. So this tense indicates that the action is actually happening at the moment of speaking. It describes the action when it is in progress. So this tense is also used with future meaning also. It expresses an action that is certain to happen in the near future, and therefore words like soon, tomorrow, this evening, etc. are used thus. For example, he is meeting me tonight. I am leaving by the 6:30 train tomorrow. So now let's have an example of each uh, form of sentence in present continuous tense. Likewise, an affirmative sentence. Example, you are playing. In negative sentence, you are not playing. In negative sentences, likewise, you can form sentences like they are not playing, we are not playing. Then in interrogative sentence, are you playing? Then in negative interrogative sentence, are you not playing? So in such a way you could easily form sentence. Now about present perfect tense. So present perfect tense, how do you form sentence in present perfect tense? That is subject plus has, have plus third form of verb plus object. uh, when do we use has? So we will use has with singular and have with plural. So the present perfect tense denotes an action that was started in the past and has just been completed. So it expresses an action begun in the past time and completed at the present time. It is thus a sort of link between the past and the present. We are not interested in the time when the action took place, but in the present. We can, however, show the present interest in the past by using words like already, just, not yet. In this way, the present perfect tense is a kind of present tense. For example, I have done my work. He has gone home. The boys have learned their lesson. Students, note the difference between I have lived here for 10 years, I lived here for 10 years. So sentence in first sentence it shows that I am still living here, while in sentence 2 it indicates that I am living here no longer. Okay, I am repeating both the sentences. I have lived here for 10 years. I lived here for 10 years. So I hope that you have understood it very well. Now it is therefore wrong to say I have written to you yesterday. It should be I wrote to you yesterday. In the same manner, if you use he did not finish his work, so there you have to write he has not finished his work. In the same manner, if you will write sentence in such a way, he did not write to me for a month, then it's not that much correct. It should be he has not written to me for a month. So students, in the present perfect tense, has with a singular number which we have already discussed and have with a plural number are followed by the third form of the verb, but I and you are always followed by have. So how do we frame sentence? Likewise, which we have already discussed, subject plus have, has plus third form of the verb. Now, in interrogative sentences, we have has, have plus subject plus third form of the verb, while in negative sentences, we put not between has, have, and the subject as Sita has taken her dinner. We have taken our dinner. Have you finished your work? This is interrogative sentence. And in negative sentence, they have not done their work. So there are examples of present perfect tense. So in affirmative sentence, you can frame sentence like I have played. In negative, you can frame sentence I have not played. Then in interrogative, have I played? Then in negative interrogative sentence, you can frame sentence in such a way likewise, have I not played? Now, we will discuss about present perfect continuous tense. So, how do we form sentence in present perfect continuous tense? So, the formula for it is subject plus has, have plus been plus first form of verb ing plus object. So, the present perfect tense is used when an action that is started in the past is still continuing. So, this tense shows that the action that began in the past is continuing up to the present time. For example, he has been reading his book since noon. I have been ill for 2 days. Remember that since is used for point of time as since morning, since 1984, since Tuesday last, since January. And about for is used for a period of time as for 3 years, for 5 days, for a long time. Note that in this tense, has been and have been are followed by the verb plus ing plus since or for as subject plus has been, have been plus present participle in plus present participle. And if you want to frame sentence in negative, then subject plus has, have, uh, along with not, has not or have not, then been, after then the present participle. Whereas in interrogative sentence, the form would be has, have plus subject, then plus being, after then the present participle. And in so in such a form you can frame sentence in interrogative. And about in negative interrogative, it will be like has, have plus subject plus not been plus present participle. So let's go with the example. In affirmative sentence, you can form sentence like she has been playing on sitar for an hour. So students, here are few examples. In affirmative sentence, even you can form sentence like we have been playing. Then the girls have been attending music classes since Monday. In negative sentence, we have not been playing. Even you can form sentence like they have not been playing. Then in interrogative sentence, have we been playing? Or has he been living in this locality for several years? After then in negative interrogative, you can form sentence in such a way that have we not been playing? Or has he not been living here since 1980? So sometimes present perfect continuous tense is used merely to emphasize the fact that an action has been uninterrupted even though it is not continuing now. As I am tired, I have been running round the town all day. Now we will talk about simple past tense. So how do we form sentence in simple past tense? Subject plus second form of verb plus object. So the simple past tense is used for an action which happened at a particular time in the past. So even you could call it past indefinite tense. So this tense expresses a single act in the past as she came early in the morning. The new cricketer scored centuries in the three consecutive test matches. It also used in habit or custom in the past, not in the present. So likewise, he read Gita every morning, means he used to read Gita every morning. After then, the Rajputs killed their female child in the olden times. Then they visited us every Sunday. Students, just noted that only second form of the verb is used to make a past and definite tense. Likewise, subject plus second form of the verb in affirmative sentence, then did plus subject plus first form of the verb in interrogative sentence, and why, what, where plus subject plus first form of the verb also used in interrogative. Then in negative, how do we form sentence? Likewise, subject did not plus first form of verb. Then in interrogative sentence, you can form sentence in such a way. Likewise, you will start with did not plus subject plus first form of the verb. So let's go with the example of simple past tense, or you could also call it simple past indefinite tense, okay, or past indefinite tense. So examples are he left Delhi yesterday, or he did not agree with you. So this one is negative sentence. Now about the past, uh, I hope that you have understood this tense very well. This is very easy and very familiar for you all, even you have studied in previous class. So let's go with the example. Affirmative sentence, likewise, I played. Then negative sentence, I did not play. Then in interrogative, did I play? Then in negative interrogative sentence, did I not played? Now we will talk about past continuous tense. So how do we form sentence in past continuous tense? Subject plus was verb plus first form of verb ing plus object. So the past continuous tense is used for an action which was happening at a particular time in the past. So it expresses an action that was going on at some point in the past. For example, I was studying when my friend called on me, or the children were making a noise when the teacher entered the class. So in this tense, we use was, were plus present participle. Now let's go with example. In affirmative sentence, you can form sentence in such a way: boys were playing, girls were playing. Then in negative sentences, you can form sentence likewise: boys were not playing or girls were not playing. In the same manner, you can form sentence in interrogative, that is, were boys playing or were girls playing. After that, in negative interrogative sentences, you can form sentence in such a way that were boys not playing or were girls not playing. Now we will discuss about the past perfect tense. So students, past perfect tense expresses an action which had been completed before another was begun. Likewise, I had done my work when some visitors came to meet my father, or I had written to my friend before I went to school. So how do you form sentence in present perfect tense? That is subject plus had plus third form of verb along with object. So students, past perfect tense is not used for a single action in the past except when there are such words as already, before, till then, up to this time. For example, I had not seen Bombay before this, or I had not learnt my lesson when the teacher asked me to repeat it. So, students, remember that this tense is used when there are two actions, one taking place before the other. So, the action which is completed first takes the past perfect, while one that is completed afterwards take the past indefinite tense. So always use past indefinite tense when there is any word in the sentence expressing some past event. Likewise, she came here 4 days ago. So students, the past perfect tense is used to express an action that was completed before another action started in the past. It is used with the earlier of the two actions. The simple past tense is used with the other action. Now let's go with the example. Um, Likewise, Sheila had played. So this is affirmative. Then in negative sentence, you can form sentence like Sheila had not played. Then in interrogative sentence, had Sheila played. Then in negative interrogative sentence, had Sheila not played. Now we will discuss about past perfect continuous tense. So students, this tense shows that an action had continued for a certain time previous to the point of the past time. Likewise, he had been living in Delhi for 3 years before he vacated it. Or I had been waiting for my friend for 2 hours before he came. So this tense is formed by placing had been plus first form of the verb ing. So subject plus had plus been plus first form of the verb plus object. So the past perfect continuous tense is used for an action that began before a certain point in the past and continued up to the point. Now let's go with the sentence. In interrogative sentence, we follow this order like had plus subject plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing. So let's go with the example. Had the man been working hard for some time. In negative sentence, not is put between had been. So just make it sure. Let's go with the example. Uh, in affirmative sentence, Ria had been playing. In negative sentence, Ria had not been playing. In interrogative sentence, had Ria been playing? After then in negative interrogative sentence, had Ria not been playing? Now we will talk about simple future tense, or even you could call it the future tense. So the future indefinite is formed, even you could call it simple, future indefinite tense also. So the future indefinite is formed by putting shall or will with the first form of the verb. So we follow this order like subject plus will shall plus first form of the verb then object. And in interrogative sentence, the word order will be will, shall, then subject along with first form of the verb then interrogative mark. For example, will you help me to solve this sum? So, if, however, the sentence expresses determination, intention of the speaker, use will in the first form and shall in the second and third person. Likewise, I will finish this work by tomorrow. So, this is determination. You are very determined that you are certainly finish this work. So, here what you could use, I will finish this work by tomorrow. After then, he shall not disturb me when I am busy. Then he shall not tell a lie. Then I will help you come what may. So this is an order. Then I will not help you. Sorry, this one. Yes, I will not help you come what may. So this is promise. Okay. And in interrogative sentence, shall is used in the first person and will in the real and third person. Likewise, shall we agree to do this? Or will you open the window, please? After then, let's go with example. In affirmative sentence, you can frame sentence like Ravi will play. Then in negative, Ravi will not play. Then in interrogative sentence, will Ravi play? Then in negative interrogative sentence, will Ravi not play? Now we will discuss about future continuous tense. So students, this tense is used to express an action that will be continuing at some point in future. Likewise, I shall be leaving for Bombay at that time. So how do we frame sentence in it? Likewise, subject plus will shall plus be plus first form of verb ing then object. So the future continuous tense is used to express an action which will be in progress at particular time in future. Likewise, the girl will be singing at that time. So this tense is formed by adding, as I told you, shall be, will be plus first form of the verb plus ing. Let's go with example. Affirmative sentence, I will be playing. Negative sentence, I will not be playing. Interrogative sentence, shall I be playing? Then in negative interrogative sentence, shall I not be playing? Not be playing. Now we will discuss about future perfect tense. So future perfect tense shows an action will be completed in future before another action takes place. So the verb expressing the previous action is put into the future perfect tense while the verb expressing subsequent action is to put into present tense. Likewise, I shall have done my work before the school begins. You will have washed your face before you come to school. He will have heard this news already. Or I shall have spent all my money then. So, students, this tense is formed by adding shall have, will have with the third form of the verb. If if you want to know about future perfect tense in another way, you can understand as like it is used to indicate the completion of an action by a certain period of time in future. So now we will go through some example. Likewise, in affirmative, she will have played. In negative, she will not have played. Then interrogative, will she have played? Then in negative interrogative sentence, will she not have played? Now we will discuss about future perfect continuous tense. So, future perfect continuous tense shows an action that will have been going on at or before some point of time in the future. Likewise, I shall have been writing letters for some time before you return. We shall have been making preparation for marriage for some time. He will have been living there for 2 months by this time. So, students, this tense is formed by adding shall have, will have with been and the first form of the verb with ing. So, the formula for using it, subject plus shall will plus have been plus first form of verb ing then object. So, the future perfect tense is used when an action is continue up to a certain point of time in the future. Let's go with the example. Raj will have been playing. Then in negative, Raj will not have been playing. Then in interrogative, will Raj have been playing? Then in negative, will Raj not have been playing? So students, this is all about tenses. I hope that you have understood this topic very well. Now what you have to do, just try to frame sentence with the help of different forms of verb, different forms of tenses. So that's all for the day. Thank you. Jai.